Hello, this is Mark and thanks for stepping in to watch my video. I'm continuing my series on juicing with the Omega 8004 juicer. And I wanted to share a recipe with you which is one of my favorites. And it shows you that you can juice some things that you typically wouldn't think about. And it produces a very, very good, nutritional, nice tasting blend of flavors. So let me share with you what we're going to do today. We've got some greens, and the base is going to be baby kale and spinach. Okay, these are just bags that I bought. Actually, I got these at Costco. You can get them at your local stores, pre-washed, ready to go. I have one du jour pear. I like using these, they're great. I've got some multicolored sweet peppers. You can also buy these bagged in the health food stores. Great flavor. They really add a nice thing to your juice. Wait a minute, you're juicing broccoli? I don't see that very often. Florets. Give it a go. You're going to like it. I also have some sweet peas. If you haven't used these, give them a go. They're delicious. Some grape tomatoes, sugar snap peas. Losing my mind here. And then I have a cucumber and 4 or 5 stalks of celery. So let's get it going and let's see how this comes out. I really like this. What I'm going to do, because some of these things are softer than others, I'm going to run them through in an order. So the first thing I'm going to do are the grape tomatoes, followed by the peppers, followed by the snap peas, and then these other ones will just come in as they are, and I'll finish it off with the greens. Okay, so let's get started. Got to plug the machine in. All right. Pretty simple. This offers a real nice flavor. It also has a texture. This particular juice I'm not going to put through the strainer at the end, because some of these softer veggies like these tomatoes are going to offer me a little bit of a different juice consistency, and I don't want to filter that out. So there's the tomatoes, they go in there nicely. Here comes these peppers. It's just like a production, you know. Here we go. If you haven't juiced these sweet little peppers you can get at the grocery, give them a try. I think you'll like them. I've been juicing them for some time. I add them in, for very fragrant, and smell them. I add them in for a little variety. The other thing is these sugar snap peas, also really good to juice. They add a little something different. And you know, that's what I found when I was, I've been juicing here for about 4 years now. And what I found is, you know what, variety makes a big difference, and I kind of get bored with the traditional green juice. I'm someone who chooses to try to juice for nutrition more than for taste, and as a result I end up juicing a lot more leafy greens than the fun stuff. So I would consider this the fun stuff. A little recipe I discovered just on my own. Found the things, flavors that I like. And believe it or not, when you put them all together, it turns out really good. As you can see, this Omega 8004 is a very competent juicer. handling this variety of produce very nicely. And relatively fast. Okay, so there's that. We're emptied out 4. Let's keep it moving. I find these pears are really nice to juice. I don't core them. I throw everything in here and I juice them. They too, if you think about like a pear nectar that you might see in the grocery store, they offer that kind of a silkier consistency to the juice. And I like that. I have an English cucumber here, which if you haven't tried them, you might give them a go. They're hothouse cucumbers, but they've got a little bit different flavor than the traditional cucumbers you might buy at the grocery store. And that flavor is something that I really like. A little more expensive than the traditional cucumbers. But I like rotating them in. They've got a nice taste. If you haven't tried them, give them a go. Not saying you have to use these for this recipe. You can probably use traditional cucumbers, doesn't matter. But we're doing pretty good here, kids. We're almost ready to start adding the greens. So back to the thought of, how to add variety to your juicing. What I find is I just identify fruits and vegetables that I like, and I just experiment. Juicing's all about experimenting, and what I've found is, yeah, you're going to get a mix that's going to be pretty marginal every so often, but strikingly, it seems that more cases than not, the juice that you're going to produce is going to be pretty good. Okay, so we're done with that. Now, we're going to add the greens, and the greens are just going to kind of supplement this. These are all pre-washed, so I'm just going to set them up here and throw them in. First going to add the spinach. And I'm just winging this. I'm just going to throw in some, I'm not going to overwhelm the mix with the spinach, but I'm going to make sure I get some of this goodness that's in these leaves in the final product. The Omega 8004 juicer is a juicer that's designed to process leafy greens exceptionally well. And that's been my experience with this juicer. This is my go-to juicer. I have several juicers, but this is my go-to juicer when I'm putting together a mix that's involving leafy greens. See, it's coming out. This is very dry. Does a nice job. I've juiced every type of leafy green in here you can imagine, including wheatgrass. Does very well. Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit more spinach here. And then we'll transition to the kale, which I'm just going to add a little bit of the kale in, not a lot. We're just about at the top of the collection tray here. So I'm going to cut the spinach off. Let's transition to the kale. Get a little bit of this in. We're just about at the top of the collection tray. Pretty darn near towards the top. And that means that At this point, we've done everything right. In terms of volume, this is about what I expect out of that mix that I put together. A little bit more kale. And we should be good to go. And I am just at the verge, so I probably this is it for the kale. Okay, end of story, there we go. So that's a little bit different spin on what you can put through your juicer. And it really produces a nice flavor. So there you have it. Give that mix a try. I think you'll be happy with it. Pretty tasty, has a nice texture. Remember, don't strain it. Keep all that stuff together, just stir it, and I think you'll like that. So thanks for watching the video. Like it if you can. Give me some comments down at the bottom if you have some questions. Take a look at some of my other videos. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for stepping in.